Hey guys, welcome in. Okay, so I wasn't able to do a Witchy Wednesday reading, but today is Thursday Tarot. So I chose 3 different tarot decks and we're going to see what comes up for you. My name is Kat. This is my channel, Pure Premonitions. Welcome in if you're new. So basically, I just shuffle the cards. You guys ask your questions out loud or intuitively, and then I pick up on it. Whatever's going on in your head, in your heart, in your feelings. Ooh, we had one that wanted to pop out. All right, you've been doing a lot of hard work or carrying a lot of baggage. We got the 10 of Wands poking out. So let's see what's going on for you. I always leave Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Mondays for like an open reading. I don't choose any love specific decks, so anything could come up for you. It could be finances, family, friends, career, could be love. So we'll see what shows up, right? Okay, let's see what's going on for my collective. This is a collective reading for Thursday. I'm using 3 different tarot decks, so anything that they need to know. What do they need to know? Could be about love, money, happiness, ooh, success. This one wanted to poke out. This one's trying to tell us something. Okay, what's at hand? Okay, it is about love or what is kind of making you feel a bit defeated right now. We've got the 4 of Wands, but it is in reverse. So we've had a breakdown in communication. You're definitely going through a transition. This is telling me that there's a separation, there's some transience. So it's like somebody came in, it felt like they were the one, and then they decided to leave. Or again, this could be you. Take it how it resonates. So whatever comes up, roles can be reversed. If I ever talk about feminine or masculine energy, just know we all have feminine and masculine energy no matter what you are or who you identify as or who you love, right? So yeah, right now you're being told to work on your inner harmony. You did have a conflict with somebody and you're just feeling like a lack of support, maybe a bit abandoned here. Okay, let's see what else is coming up for us. The number 4 could be important, 4 days, 4 weeks. Somebody could be born on the 4th. And also, this pertains to any of the fire signs, but Aries in particular. Okay, in our recent past. The Hierophant in reverse. When you guys met, you just had this belief. You knew that it was going to be going against the grain, but you had this blind faith about it. And it was very unorthodox. So this is telling me that it was not accepted by the outside world, by your friends, by your family. There would have been a lot of challenge and hypocrisy against it. But there's a misconception here. Even if it was unconventional and people thought you could have been foolish with this, there was definitely some generosity here. The energy was very unexpected when it came through, but you just had this knowing about it. Yeah, you had to be careful with this, though. It was pretty frail energy. Like, any third-party opinions could have messed this up or, taken that freedom away from you. Earth signs are relevant, but since the Hierophant is in the reversal, telling me that you were not as grounded as you should have been with that blind faith and just followed your intuition with this. Tauruses in particular. Number 5. So there was a lot of change that happened. Change that happened when they came in and a lot of change that happened when they left. Or when you left. I don't know yet. Okay. In our present position, we have the Ace of Wands. So we do have a new opportunity coming in. I love that for us. Potentially a new project or a new beginning. This may be like you can get your mind off of this love relationship with some new creative work opportunities that are coming in, or there could be some growth here. There could be some potential new beginnings. I'm not quite sure if this is a new beginning with this person or with somebody new, but you do have a new beginning here. And we have a beautiful castle in the far distance, but it's not that far, right? And there's a clear path towards it. It's nice and sunny outside, and we see the mountain range. Anytime we see the mountain range on a tarot card, this is good. It's, it's talking of success, but it's not to say that it's going to be just a stroll in the park, right? You do have to climb the mountain, but I'd say that castle is pretty close, right? You can see it. And this opportunity is being presented to you. Fire signs are really relevant here. And the number 1, so definitely a new beginning coming in. And in our future. This is soon to be future. I always say a few days, few weeks, tops a couple months. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So there's still a delay. The Knight usually comes in, and this is one of the most fast-moving Knights, the Knight of Wands. Like, they know their purpose, they know their passion, they know what they want, and they're coming in strong with this fire in them, this passion, right? But there's still some frustration here, potentially some internal anger, or just scattered energy. Could be angry with themselves, angry with yourself. I'm not sure, again, if this is representing you or your person yet, but there's a delay here. They're not coming in as fast as you'd like or as fast as they would like. Air and fire. Fire is really relevant on this. The heat was here. There was a lot of passion in this relationship. If it was a relationship, maybe it was just like a spark, and then it faded quicker than you wanted it to, right? With this 4 Wands in reverse. Leos and Cancers are super relevant here. Okay. Let's see what's going on. I may come back to this deck. I don't know. I chose a different deck today, a new one that I've never used before, and I'm excited to use it. I'll use that one last. It's my Zodiac deck. So it's just a regular tarot deck, but it specifically labels all the zodiac signs on it and the planetary alignments. So I could be a little bit more specific for you there. If you know some birth charts, it could help narrow down to who I'm talking about. Okay, what does my collective need to know? Can I get some clarifiers on these cards? I need a clarifier for the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands, 4 of Wands. Clarify this 4 of Wands, please. I definitely think this is correlated to love. So we might have some work in the present position that you're supposed to put your physical attention towards. What's going on? Stop. They told me to stop. Okay. 4 of Wands. Let's clarify this. What's at hand? With the 6 of Swords. That's exactly what I said. Somebody left. Somebody wanted to move forward and created some distance here, and they decided to take the journey alone. So they definitely left this union that could have been very beautiful. Again, I'm really feeling like you guys thought that this was like marriage potential. You guys had a lot of harmony here. There were like stability vibes. You could have built a great foundation with them. But I think that there were some insecurities here. Some conflict happened. Either they got scared and ran away. Maybe you got scared and you ran away. Yeah, but because of this conflict, they decided to to move away from this and create some distance. So again, with this delay in the future, I still feel like that there's going to be some distance ahead of us. Unfortunately, I know that's not what you want to hear, but just in the near future. Again, a few weeks, couple months, and we'll see if they come back. Let's see as I keep pulling cards. Somebody could live near the beach. But I am happy to say that this person who decided to leave this behind is moving towards a path of emotional clarity. There's bright skies. This is swords. So again, it's mental clarity. They're looking out at this beautiful ocean, calm, clear waters. And that's telling me that they're ready to dive deep into their emotional being. So they're actually going on a path of healing towards finding this mental clarity, finding themselves on this solitude journey, and discovering, what really triggers them emotionally. But unfortunately, they did have to move away from this union, right? They weren't ready for this kind of commitment with the marriage card. Okay, the Hierophant in the past. We had the Sun. This was a really happy union. It was like a wish come true. One of you felt like so optimistic about this. Like this was your person. They brought you so much warmth. There was a lot of innocence to this union. It brought you a lot of joy, and you thought that it could be very successful. The number 19 boils down to a 10, which boils down to a 1. Like you saw a new beginning with this person. You really thought that they were marriage potential. And again, a wish coming true. Sunsets could have been relevant. You guys could have seen sunsets together or wished upon these dandelions, right? Not what am I talking about? What are these called? Where am I forgetting? I kind of want to ask Alexa, but we're not going to go there. You tell me in the comments. What is this little flower called? Is it dandelion? Am I tripping? I don't know. But now I'm thinking a dandelion is like a little flower. I don't know. What do we make wishes on? I love these things too. I gotta learn the name of this. Darn. But yeah, it was just, you would have been going against a lot of opinions, right? Again, it was unconventional for you guys to be together. Everybody thought it was foolish, and there was some kind of ill representation of the union, or your partner, like your family or friends just couldn't see it happening. But somebody didn't move towards their personal beliefs and being optimistic that this was going to be a successful union. Okay, clarifying over the Ace of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So, again, this Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse in the future, and then the Knight of Swords in the present. So currently, either you or them, it's the masculine energy I'm picking up on because this Knight is a masculine depicted. They're not being as daring and direct as they need to be. They're not. This Knight is typically assertive and has this mental clarity and knows how to move forward, and is very motivated and ambitious towards saying what they need to say, but they're just not able to do that right now because it's in reverse. So there's definitely some clouded judgment up here. See all of the clouds in the background? And they've got the sword up. So this Knight felt very combative with this energy. A lot of mental and physical turmoil that this put them through because it's in the physical card placement. So mentally and physically, this brought them anxiety, and they were not able to be direct with you and speak their truth. Sorry to say. And they weren't brave or trusting to come forward. And that's obviously why we still have the Knight of Wands in the reverse, creating a delay in the future. But don't allow this person to stop you from this growth or achieving these new opportunities. You know, allow this to be your inspiration. Allow this to create this passion within you, because there is some kind of new project that you're meant to lead and bring your authenticity towards. And if it's, you know, if we're not able to have a new potential beginning with this person right now, then you have to transmute this energy of love into something else that you love. Yeah, let this motivate you. Allow this to create that willpower internally. And that's going for both of you guys, okay? It's who's ever listening. Okay, over the Knight of Wands for the future placement, we have the King of Cups in the upright. We like this. So even though there is a delay here and their energy is still kind of scattered, which is creating some frustration, they do have a clearer heart and head here. You know, with the King of Cups in the upright, they now have this emotional understanding, and they're not scared to dip their toes into the water or to get fully submerged in this, to find this balance in between the head and the heart. They've definitely found some wisdom here, and they've devoted this time to themselves and to really figuring out who they are and emotionally, you know, what soul path they're supposed to be on, because this is in the soul placement. I want you to recognize how currently the What's at Hand card is the Six of Swords, and this person, it is a feminine depicted here, but again, it could represent both of you or one of you. This person is by themselves. They turned around. They decided to move forward, leaving this connection behind and go on this journey alone. But they weren't getting into the water yet, right? They're fully clothed. They're just looking at the emotional depth of a journey that they have to go on and learn about themselves internally. And it's not going to be as chaotic or turbulent as they would have thought. Like, look at the clear skies, look at the calm waters. But it is a journey that they had to go on alone. And then look in the future placement with this King of Cups, where now this masculine depicted is fully submerged in this ocean. And the sun is out. And yes, it is still semi-cloudy, because remember, we still have some delays. There's still some scattered energy here, clarifying over the Knight of Wands. So they don't fully know their path yet with their passions and their purpose. But they're learning, they're gaining this wisdom, they're gaining this emotional clarity on this soul path. Like, they're not scared anymore to submerge into the emotional depths of this, which is a beautiful awakening. Okay, next deck. What else do we got? This is the new one. This is my zodiac deck, so I'll be able to tell us who's coming up here. Maybe that'll give you a little bit more clarity on who I'm talking about. And our planetary placements. This is that's our What's at Hand. Okay. I'm going to pull two What's at Hands because this one flew out at me. Okay, we've got the Six of Wands in reverse. I actually love this. We're not in celebration mode yet since it is in the reverse, but it tells me that we're getting there. right? And it's a reflection of this Four of Wands in reverse. Now we've got the Six of Wands in reverse. So at least we're moving forward. So when the Six of Wands is in the upright position, it's a celebratory time. Like, your people are behind you, your friends, your family, there's something to be celebrated here. And obviously, this is referring to this relationship and other life successes with this current potential growth and opportunity that's coming through that you're supposed to be focusing on right now, rather than the absence of this person in your life. But this is strong Leo energy, so any fire signs are relevant, but especially Leos. So right now it's telling me, again, we're not quite in that celebratory stage yet, but it's coming. It's here. You just have to break through that miscommunication. There's something here that needs to be dealt with before the external world can come into union with you and to celebrate this. Six is the number of love. So I really feel like this is you needing to find yourself on an internal level. Both of you guys. Working on that self-love, the self-care. Recognizing that you alone are somebody to be celebrated. You are an amazing, beautiful human being. And whether you're in a harmonious union with the specific person on your mind or not, you deserve love. You are love. Like, we are all embody love, whether you're tapped into it on a high frequency yet or not. You come from love, you are love, you exude love, and you deserve love. So you need to work on that and focus on that now. And then in the future, with this beautiful white horse, right? And it's the fire sign ruled by Leo. We're stepping into the year of the fire horse, right? Then we can take charge and actually move forward towards success and progress, towards something to be celebrated, right? So I say that that's pretty good. It's ruled by Jupiter, so that means that there's a really important decision that needs to be made. Jupiter is all about deciding. I mean, obviously, it's do we leave this behind? Do we move forward? Do we continue keeping this distance and working on this journey in solitude? Or do we want to move forward and change this for the upright position and move into union with somebody who you really feel like could be your forever partner that you'd want to commit to, right? This is our marriage card. Or if it's not fully marriage yet, I'm not saying you guys have to get married, but this is like true commitment where you guys really decide, wow, this is a person I can build foundation with. So that's the big decision there, that Jupiter is ruling over this. Okay. And then over the sun, we're clarifying over this Hierophant in reverse and the sun in the recent past. All right. We've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So that's telling me somebody was judging themselves very harshly here. With the Six of Pentacles, it's normally like you have enough to give. You could be very generous with your money. You have solid foundation. You can extend that branch to others, to your significant other, to your friends, to your family, because you have enough to go around, right? But since it's in the reverse, somebody didn't feel like that. Somebody didn't feel like they had that financial foundation on a deeper level. It could be emotional, mental, physical foundation. They just felt lacking of that. They didn't have enough to offer this partnership or anything in life, really, whether it's directly related to love or just on a personal level. They felt like they were still lacking that foundation. They didn't have anything to offer. So that definitely clarifies over why, even though this was such a harmonious, warm, loving, I'll even throw out loving with the 6 coming up again, relationship, or even if it wasn't a full relationship yet with this partnership that you had come across, there were just a lot of factors going against you guys, you know? Feeling like it was unconventional, the outside world was going to judge, and all this energy came in so unexpectedly when this person wasn't ready. Like, right? They're literally on their knees like, I don't feel like I can stand on, like, that I have the footing to be able to offer anything. And the other person did, right? The center person. Maybe one person in this union is more financially well off, and that could have created some insecurities in the other. Ruled by the moon. Yeah. It's like they were seeing that one partner had some social success. Like, they probably already had their career planned out. I don't know if you guys are, famous online or something and putting yourselves out there in whatever career path you have, but they didn't feel like that. They felt like they were half the person because the other is on their knees. But the fact that there's 2 people on their knees, both parties internally still felt like they don't have that foundation, even though one party felt like the other did. And that's the irony of it all, right? Taurus is here. A lot of grounding energy, right? Both partners on their knees, but Taurus is in particular. Okay. And then clarifying over this Ace of Wands with a potential new beginning here, or some kind of opportunity coming in with this Knight of Swords. It was in the reversal, so just know that, both of you or one of you are still working on finding this mental clarity and motivation to find the words, right? To cut through the stagnation, to cut through the clouded mental judgment, and to be direct, and to have a conversation. Possibly, I'm feeling like they weren't able to have this conversation. They didn't have the willpower to do it. Okay, let's clarify over that. Yeah. The wind, it's giving wind energy, so air energy over the fire. Somebody's air mental turmoil put the fire out. It like extinguished the passion of this, which is sad. Don't ever let that happen. Oh, I like this though. Again, we're slowly growing here. Now we've got the 7 of Pentacles. They realized how much work that this was going to be. The 7 of Pentacles means you got to put in work. It's not just going to come easy. This required a lot of diligence, and it's like the seeds had already been planted though, because we've already got the bushel. It's already growing. We actually already see 7, you can call them fruits or flowers, or we instantly felt like, oh wow, again with that 4 of Wands or what's at hand, we felt like, oh wow, this is a person who I could see building a foundation with. This is a person who I could see it being a very successful, beautiful union that could grow a lot of harvest, right? But I think the work that was obvious that it was going to take potentially scared them off. It's like you don't see the full growth potential yet, or you saw the potential, but again, you see the work that goes with it. So they didn't have the patience for that. And it did upset them. It upset both parties. Like, look at this feminine. She's very, and in the typical Rider-Waite deck, it's a masculine, but now it's a feminine. So it's telling me both parties here, whoever you identify as, masculine, feminine, but both feminine and masculine energies in this union are down, and their hearts are sunken about this. Again, you have to ground into this energy of knowing that it's going to take some work, I don't want to, what's another word for work? It just takes time, really, with another Taurus energy coming up. And Saturn, this is like, you definitely went through a loss here. Somebody definitely stepped away through these insecurities or fears. It just seemed like too much. It was overbearing energy. They saw all that they had to tend to, and they weren't ready. They're like, "Oop, I don't know how to do this. I don't have a green thumb. I can't handle this." And I think they dropped the shovel, so to speak. Okay. And in the future, over the King of Cups, we've got the Queen of Wands. The King of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So the masculine here, who's ever identifying more as the masculine energy in this union, is on this journey of enlightenment. They're on this soul quest. They're finding the wisdom and the balance in between, leveling their heart and their head. And the Queen of Wands, baby, she's in her power. Okay, who's ever identifying as the Queen, the Wands are all about purpose and passion. She is on this quest and this journey of figuring out who she is, what she wants to do in life, how to rein in on that purpose and shine. Truly just take that crown and let that passion be ignited within her. And nothing can stop a true Queen of Wands. Black cats could be relevant. She's got a black cat in her arms and sunflowers as well. And notice how she's literally got a fire crown on. So I love that. This masculine is on their way on the fire horse in this new year. And the feminine is literally embodying this fire horse energy, stepping into this Queen of Wands. So right now, the masculine is a knight. And it's like he hasn't fully been knighted with the full knighthood, so to speak, since it's in the reversal, right? There's still some fears here. There's still some scattered energies. It's making them frustrated because they know that their path is the King of Cups since it's in the upright. They know that they do have to dive deep emotionally, that they have to clear their head and their heart and find that balance. And this Queen of Wands knows exactly who she is. And that, of course, could be a little intimidating to the King of Cups, knowing that he needs to find balance and rule over himself emotionally, and that this Queen of Wands is ruling over herself more on, I don't want to say a materialistic sense, but in the third or 3D world or aspect to it, she is finding this purpose in life. So it's kind of like roles reversed almost. Typically they say the women are in charge of themselves emotionally and the masculines take on this role of purpose and being assertive in the workforce and know their passions and are working towards that. But roles are definitely reversed here. So that could, again, lead to a lot of insecurities for any masculines that are still finding this emotional depth and also finding their footing financially, since that Six of Pentacles was in reverse in the past. So if they didn't feel like they had enough to offer a Queen of Wands who already has her foundation and purpose, and they didn't have that foundation or financial abundance to give yet. That's why they're not ready to come through yet. Right? This King of Cups is like, well, I'm still trying to find balance with my head and my heart. But he's in the upright. So he's on that journey and they're doing it. They are doing it. Again, anybody could resonate with the masculine and the feminine energy. Sometimes I tune into a lot more of the masculine energy coming through. So whatever you identify as, they, them, she, he, this is totally relevant. Take it how it resonates and just use your intuition to see which cards are correlated to you or your person. But I think it's an overall very beautiful reading. And I think that we are moving towards a very positive future. I can't tell you if this union's coming through yet or not, but I will tell you that you guys are both on this journey. And the king and the queen are in the upright position. So this is positive. All right, guys, I hope that resonated for you. Have a beautiful night. Bye. See you next time.